Hello everyone, Untitled Tomb. Welcome to another mod overview, this time on Alchemist Infusion. A mod simply adds in a bunch of stones, specifically inspired though by the Paving Stone of Travel from Thaumcraft. So, you've got pretty much a bunch of different components, such as fragments, which you make with a bunch of different resources, and use an infusion rod like so. For many of these, along with also some of the gems. So this is some of the components you'll be making before you make the stones. So you've got a cloak, you've got a shield fragment, you've got a gem, and obviously there's fragments, then gems, then certain other cases like the pile of flowers or bag of sugar, and you eventually make the stones using the primed pavement like so, which also requires a pigment carver like so. Which also requires that, which is just stone to then make the pavement. So, yeah. For the most part, we'll actually test. Let's see. I'll actually get some pavement because I'm actually curious to test the durability of this and as well what this is like. Just to see before we get into some of the stones. So. Yeah, I may go through some of the recipes, of course, since there is quite a bit to cover here. So, what are we after? Right, so we need pavement. Nope, so no durability on the carver. Nope, don't need that. There we go, infusion rod. We'll just go with a sort of simple one, such as a base gem. And then we want piles of feathers. Just curious, because obviously you never know with stuff like this where you may need to make multiple of them. I assume there's diamond boots specifically? Yes. So we need that. Oops, this one, and then pile of feathers. No, okay, so they're items that just stay there. Okay, good to know. So what have we got here? I've lost the visibility, haven't I? Yep. Reduced enemy visibility. Alright, so we'll get to what these can do, which I probably might need stacks of, but anyway, I'll get to it. So, if we just place these down, for example, and stand on it, we get night vision, pretty much, or it grants night vision for any type of mob or player, I assume. Made simply with primed pavement, and then a visibility gem, which is made obviously with golden carrots, fusion rod, glowing gem, and base gem. The glowing gem is made like so. And then obviously you get the illumination fragment as well. The base fragment. We'll go back down to obviously that, and then the light dust, which is like so. Obviously you come across the need for certain gems that's specific for specific stones, and obviously you've got a few resources that are required, I assume, like the light dust in some cases for others. Anyways though, so we'll move on to the poison stone, which is obviously a poison gem, which is like so, and obviously a dazed fragment, and then, yeah. So if we stand on this, we'll be granted poison for 1 second constantly, as long as we're standing on it. Yep. So obviously again, useful for mobs or players. Got Restrictive Stone, which is Mining Fatigue 2 specifically for 7 seconds. So this is a restrictive way of making it so you can't break blocks. We've got, I forget what it was now. Go to creative, don't know why I stayed in it. This place, so slow step, which is slow step dust, which is like so. And then we've got restrictive, which is restrictive fragments and dust. Slow digging. So slowness for 5 seconds. Got hunger stone, which is payment and hunger fragments. Upon standing on this, we get 7 seconds of hunger. Got Gravestone, which is brave gem, like so. Which gives us strength, yep, for 2 seconds. Small step stone, which requires a snail step fragment, which is like so, and slow step dust as well. So we place this down, and it gives us slowness 2. Snail step. Yeah, snail step, not slow step. Which might have been one of the others, I think. Either way. Oh, there we go, there's slow step. Okay. Okay, we have Cowardly Stone, which is simply weakness, and requires a Cowardly Fragment. We have Light Stone, which gives us a glowing effect for 3 seconds. It requires light dust. Move on to the next row. We've got Speed Step, which gives us speed 3, requires a Speed Step gem, bags of sugar, Fast Step fragment, just like so, and a Quick Step dust mount, and then bags of sugar is sugar and leather. Got Quick Step, which gives us just regular speed, just the dust. Got Leap Stone, which is slime blocks and so on, which are fragments like that, and then we have Hot Dust, like so. This will give us Jump Boost 4. We've got obviously our Pavement, like so, which is obviously just your decoration or your crafting material block, like so, if you prefer to use it. You've got Jump Stone, which is just jump fragments, and then Hot Dust and so on, along with the base and everything else. So we've got Jump Boost 3 in comparison. We've got Reduced Visibility, which is simply just a reduced visibility fragment compared to the more upgraded version, being the gem also. Anyway, we've got Blindness instead of Night Vision. We have Fish Stone, which requires a fish gem, which is made like so. You've got a resistance gem, and you've got a shield fragment, and so on. So place this down, and this gives us water breathing. Got Digging Stone, which gives us haste, which is just digging dust, like so. Chicken Stone, which gives us slow falling, which is made obviously with a chicken gem, which we're obviously tempted to make before. Go to the next row. There's Cloak Stone, which gives you invincibility. Or invisibility, sorry. Cloak Gem, like so. I say them wrong at some point. We've got Glowing Stone, which is obviously an upgrade of the other. So we've got Glowing Gem, Illumination Fragments, Light Dust, and so on. Last 15 seconds. Like so. Got Illumination, which is just a block that illuminates maybe? Illumination Fragment, Light Dust, yep. Just wait for this, that also lights up the area. So we'll wait for this to go down. And okay, glowing for 7 seconds compared to the 15, I guess, that we had. We've got Shield Stone, which is simply just a shield fragment. Like so. This gives us resistance. Got Resistance Stone, which gives us resistance 2. Just let that go. Yep. And this is obviously a resistance gem compared to the fragment and so on. 2 seconds of tier 2 and 2 seconds of tier 1 with the other one. Got Dazed Stone, which is a dazed fragment, like so. And upon using this, we have Nausea. Let's wait for this to go. This will give us Blindness 2 for 12 seconds. Got Fireproof Stone, which is a fireproof gem, which requires a resistance gem, and this is stuff we've covered before. It gives us fire resistance for 5 seconds. Hopping Stone is Hot Dust, like so. This gives us Jump Boost 2 compared to Jump Boost 3 and 4. Got got Slow Digging Stone, which is simply slow digging dust. This gives us mining fatigue, but obviously of a weaker effect. We've got Haste Stone, which is simply a haste gem, digging dust and everything else, and so on. It gives us haste 2 for 2 seconds, compared to what the other haste one was before. And finally we have Fast Step Stone, which is just a fast step fragment, and this is a quick step dust and so on. And this will give us speed 2 for 2 seconds. And obviously we finally have our Pavement, which is also just decoration or crafting recipe block. But yeah, so obviously you could use these quite a lot in many different cases. In the case of, say, this night vision one, I'm just constantly, while walking on it, got the effect. So if I wanted that for resistances, or resistance-like effects, or speed, or jump boost, or strength, or something like that, I could place them anywhere I want in a certain region for, say, I don't know, attacking certain mobs when farming, or escaping players, or something like that, or restricting others, maybe. I don't know, you could probably use them for mob farms, or traps, or this and the other, and there's a bunch of possibilities. Or just typical navigation in your world, for example. So it depends. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.